This is a public video to the Board of Directors, Arsenal Football Club, and the manager, Mr. Wenger. As a registered member of Arsenal Football Club, I feel necessity is laid upon me to express myself as touching the Wenger era in Arsenal FC. It is strongly believed where I come from that, if you are in a business and you are not making any progress, the best thing is for you to have a rethink and see if there is any need to continue that business. I need to re-emphasize that Arsenal FC is not just a business entity but a strong and reputable football club recognized all over the world. How can we call ourselves a football club and allow our time, emotion, passion, etc. to be toyed with by the policy or technical know-how of a single man? Since the arrival of Mr. Wenger in 1996, I make bold to say Arsenal FC have not enjoyed real success, especially in Europe. Sometimes I ask myself, what exactly does Mr. Wenger or the board take we the fans for? What is the reward for our many years of patriotism and support for the club even from Africa? What will we tell our own children and the next generation about what we gained from supporting the club from birth? Will they want to do the same? What is even Mr. Wenger's achievement since his arrival? Why do we have to hold on to a manager that fails to turn up when it matters most? Before now I used to look for reasons to convince myself to accept and believe all his excuses for failing since last decade. For 9 good years we had nothing to rejoice over than celebrating 4th position in the league. Now that we are done paying debt to some extent, we are still not ready to compete with the big clubs in the transfer market. If Mr. Wenger believes money or big-name players cannot buy trophies, why is a club like FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, FC Bayern, PSG, etc. continue to enjoy success after bringing in big-name players? Madrid spent millions of dollars to bring in Ronaldo, Bale, James, Modric, Cruz and Carvajal, and they have won the Champions League twice in 3 years, plus maintaining the first position as world's richest club. Barcelona spent millions of dollars to bring in Suarez and Neymar, and they have won the Champions League once in the last 2 years, plus maintaining second position in the world's richest clubs list. Other clubs like Bayern Munich, PSG, Juventus, Manchester City, etc. have also enjoyed success in their various leagues because they invest in their squad. Mr. Wenger must know that you cannot give what you do not have. Whenever transfer window opens, what he tells us is that he is looking for quality players. He looked for quality when he brought Schamak. He saw quality when he brought in Bentancur. He saw quality in Figueroa, but refused to bring back Song and Fabregas. He saw quality in Sanogo and so many other below-average players. Mr. Wenger always have difficulty in seeing quality in the market. The same market he can afford to supply our very best, like Henry in 2007, Paris in 2006, Adeyemi in 2009, Van Persie in 2012, Fabregas in 2011, Song in 2012, Nassaurai in 2011, Couture in 2009, Fabianski 2014 and many more. All these players were at their peak when he sold them, some to our direct rivals, all because of money. I believe someone has to tell Mr. Wenger that Arsenal Football Club is not a club that should be harboring average players but world-class players. He is always the first to be linked with every top player in the world but always miss out because of money. When we brought in Ozil, we finished the season with the FA Cup and 4th position. When we added Sanchez to the squad, we finished the season with the FA Cup and 3rd position. What does this portray? That big players can't truly make the difference in a squad. Instead of Mr. Wenger adding another quality to the squad, he ended up bringing only a keeper to the squad. Another frustrating event that happened last season was, after the Champions League draws was made in December 2015 and we discovered our opponent would be FC Barcelona, plus the fact that we maintain a strong position in the league, we all expected Mr. Wenger to add real quality to the squad to boost our chances, but at the end of January the only signing we could boast of is another average player in person of Mohamed Elneny. The question I would like to ask the manager is, Does he already know he can't beat Barcelona even if he added more quality to the squad? Or does he believe he can beat Barcelona with that squad? And what about the Premier League race? Does he think he can win the league with those set of players? We were in position in the league this year that we have not been in so many years, and lots of people saw us as favorite, but at the end of the season, we came back empty-handed when other top clubs had a very bad season and conceded the league to Leicester. I do not want to compare managers, but lots of managers have come to the Premier League and won the league with Wenger seen as the most familiar with the league. What is now the essence of keeping him when he cannot even get anything right? No league title, no Champions League, and yet we go every year. Teams that started appearing recently have already won the coveted trophy. Chelsea came after us and they have won it. Di Matteo came at the middle of the season and won the Champions League for them. Zidane came in January and won the Champions League for Madrid in May the same year. Mourinho, Pep, Heynckes, etc. have all won the Champions League in their short period of time of appearing in the competition compared to a manager that has been appearing for 17 years. I question Mr. Wenger's professionalism because I see him as truly a specialist in failure. And not only that he is a specialist in failure, I also see him as a man that is scared of failing. In my job, I'm one of the best because I'm a professional in it, and I expect him to do the same. When it comes to injury details and record of our players, he is never certain, always lying and misleading us. Like the case of Wilshere and Welbeck at the start of 2015/2016 season. If you cannot take us forward, please Mr. Wenger, leave us alone. We are done listening to your crap. Your whole idea stinks and sucks. We spend a lot of money to watch European football here in Africa, in case you do not know. Another thing I do not understand about the board is why are they holding on to Wenger? Are they scared of him? Or are they scared of change? Do they think they can never get another manager better than Wenger? Well, I know they can, and they should not let Wenger continue to control them and threaten them with the fallacy that big clubs are after him. I want to say we are willing to start afresh with a new manager that is ambitious. Mr. Wenger should just leave. I expect the board to do something urgently. We can never stop supporting Arsenal. We just want the board to stop the manager that is making us waste our precious time, passion, emotion, ambition and money every year. Arsenal has to live up to expectation in the new season. There is still time to make amends. We were close to becoming a world-class team at the end of 2014/2015 season. All we needed was just 3 or 4 additions to the squad, but Mr. Wenger decided to disgrace us. Now the transfer window is open and he is doing nothing. Is Granit the only player we need to win the league? How will Wenger cope with Mourinho, Pep, Arsene and Cohn in the new season? For how long are we going to continue to waste our time with all the injury-prone players we are harboring? You did not bring back Fabregas because you believe it will stop Wilshere and Ramsey development. Was Wilshere useful for us throughout last season? What about Ramsey? Can you compare both of them to Fabregas? Now Kante is in Chelsea. Ordinary Vardy you could not convince to join us. Why? Because the player simply does not see Arsenal as a better team than Leicester. Can you imagine that insult? If you cannot convince ordinary Vardy to join us, how would you convince world-class players like Benzema, Pogba, Higuain, Messi, Aguero, Di Maria, Lewandowski, Mario Götze, Marco Reus, Aubameyang and etc. to join us? We should stop all this nonsense and face reality. We have become ridiculous in the eyes of other football club fans. They see us as losers. Why Wenger? Why? Can we compare our invincibles with the current crop of players? This is why I think Mr. Wenger is intentionally hurting us by not giving us a world-class team again. To be continued at the beginning of next season. Till then, I and my friends from Africa wholeheartedly support the Wenger Out campaign. Thanks and God bless Arsenal Football Club. We shall be great again. This report is written and produced by Gideon Togoloba Senior Fans.